Honorable Minister Sawmynaden.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I would like, first of all, to thank the Honorable Prime Minister for coming with these two pieces of legislation, and also thank my good friend, the Honorable Dr. Jagapal, for the job that he's been doing for the last 8 weeks. Mr. Speaker, sir, I welcome the opportunity given to me to share my views on this audacious COVID-19 bill, which paves the way for a new health-related economic and social landscape. But before I go to my speech, Mr. Speaker, sir, and after listening to the leader of the opposition, my good friend, Honorable Alan Ganu, always has a motto, Bon Dieu béni. Actually, we have been blessed. We have been blessed, first of all, because we have been able to contain the virus. And secondly, we have been blessed that the opposition is not in power. Because otherwise, all the predictions of the World Health Organization would have been true today. When you listen to them, the leader of opposition is asking, why did we close our borders? These are the bold decisions that we took, that we succeeded to contain the virus. And they are shouting that we have had 10 deaths. Yes, it's a pity. Yes, we sympathize with the families. But what would have been the scenario today? What would have been the total amount of people that could have lost their lives if this government didn't take these bold decisions? Mr. Speaker, sir, there's only one reason why they are complaining. They just want to gain capital politics. C'est de pouvoir avoir un capital politique sur tout ce qui se passe aujourd'hui. Mais Monsieur le Président, la population aujourd'hui est éduquée. La population est derrière nous et la population sait que nous avons un Premier ministre sérieux et qui travaille dans l'intérêt de ce pays et de la population mauricienne. Mr. Speaker, sir, the world needs to draw lessons from the novel coronavirus, and Mauritius is no exception. Cette pandémie est venue changer notre mode de vie et nos habitudes. Pendant longtemps, nous avons pris beaucoup d'aspects de notre vie pour acquis. Mais aujourd'hui, la nature reprend ses droits et la situation difficile provoquée par le nouveau coronavirus vient remettre en question la façon dont nous faisons les choses. Notre vie sociale et également la situation économique locale et internationale. Ce projet de loi touche à tous les aspects de la vie humaine, économique et sociale et couvre également tous les secteurs d'activité. Il ne s'agit pas là uniquement de la restriction du mouvement des personnes. La nouvelle loi vient réagencer la vie administrative à plusieurs niveaux. À titre d'exemple, la protection des consommateurs a été renforcée et j'y reviendrai un peu plus tard. Monsieur le Président, une chose est claire et chacun d'entre nous doit le comprendre. À travers la présentation et l'adoption du COVID-19 Bill, l'unique objectif du gouvernement est de protéger la population de tous les risques engendrés par le coronavirus. Nous ne voulons pas non plus que notre pays et notre population soient affectés par d'autres virus ou maladies qui pourraient nous attaquer à l'avenir. La clause 45 du COVID-19 Bill est explicite à ce sujet. Where it appears that any dangerous epidemic, endemic, infectious or communicable disease has subsided, the minister may make such a regulation as he thinks fit to prevent the resurgence and further spread of such dangerous epidemic, endemic, infectious or communicable disease. Il est impératif que nous puissions faire face aux défis qui nous guettent, que ce soit sur le plan sanitaire, médical, social et économique. À ceux qui crient que les mesures contenues dans le COVID-19 Bill sont impopulaires, je dirais ceci. L'objectif est de vous protéger et de nous protéger. Telle est la mission que nous nous sommes fixés et une dizaine de nos compatriotes y ont laissé la vie. Parmi nous avons perdu un valeureux soldat, le docteur Bruno Chong, et il ne fait pas que ce décès soit vain. À travers ces deux lois, on peut aujourd'hui au moins protéger ces médecins. Le Covid-19 vient de nous démontrer que rien n'est acquis et que des changements peuvent nous frapper à n'importe quel moment. Nous devons nous adapter. Le nouveau coronavirus attire aussi notre attention sur un point important. Si les gens faisaient preuve de responsabilité, nous n'aurions peut-être pas à imposer des lois sévères. Et malgré les règlements stricts imposés, jugez par vous-même le nombre de contraventions qui ont été établies pour non-respect du couvre-feu sanitaire. Mr. Speaker, sir, exceptional circumstances require exceptional measures. And I'm proud as Minister of Commerce and Consumer Protection of having been able to bring my humble contribution at the level of the National COVID-19 Committee and other committees set up by this government led by our Honorable Prime Minister to find ways and means to protect our country, assist our citizens locally and abroad, ensure that the required measures be elaborated and implemented regarding the fight against COVID-19 through appropriate medical treatment and prevention. And of course, make sure that our population get access to basic commodities, among others. At the level of the government, we have spared no effort and we have left no stone unturned in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. We are conscious of the responsibilities that lie upon our shoulders and failing is not an option. Monsieur le Président, travailler sans relâche durant des heures du matin jusqu'à fort tard dans la soirée, que ce soit en jour de semaine ou pendant le week-end, est une chose tout à fait normale pour les membres du gouvernement, à tel point qu'on oubliait les jours et les dates. La population et les futures générations nous jugeront sur les bases des résultats qui découleront des mesures préconisées dans le COVID-19 bill. Mr. Speaker, sir, a lot of criticism has been leveled against the government regarding the way we dealt with the COVID-19. Some people tend to give the impression that we would have managed the situation better than we did and are still doing. All of a sudden, everyone became an expert, putting forward all sorts of mind-boggling strategies on how to fight the novel coronavirus and save our population. But one should keep in mind that saying, or should I say yelling, that they have the miraculous solution to deal with the novel coronavirus is one thing, and walking the talk is yet another thing. No country can be used as a model, as each one has its own specificities. We could not copy what other countries have done. We on this side of the House, we have had the courage to come up with bold decisions to protect our country and our population. Guided by the Honorable Prime Minister, this government has taken the right decision at the right moment. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to seize this opportunity to pay tribute to the leadership of our Prime Minister. His dedication, his availability, his special attention to every single detail has been exemplary since the beginning of this COVID-19 pandemic. Chairing several meetings on a daily basis, centralizing every decision and action for impactful results, communicating with the nation on the major issues, though some members of the opposition are alleging that information are being hidden, are just few examples that show that his personal commitment in the fight against novel coronavirus. When he said that the health of our citizens is more important than anything else, he really meant it. Though the local economic situation has been affected by the coronavirus, the main focus of the Honorable Prime Minister was and remains the health of our population. He is conscious that we need people, workers in good health to put our economy back on track. Un seul capitaine à bord, une seule vision, il ne fait aucun doute que les résultats seront probants. Some people may be of opinion that these measures put in place are not enough. Others can say that such or such action could have been taken, but government, Mr. Speaker, sir, has nothing to be ashamed of. The measures put in place have had positive results, and we have been able to contain the propagation of the virus. Mr. Speaker, sir, government did what it deemed fit since the novel coronavirus was categorized as a pandemic. Today, the COVID-19 bill is before this August Assembly, and the numerous measures contained therein will soon be translated into concrete action. Right from the start, a series of bold actions have been taken to prevent COVID-19 from having disastrous effects on our country. And with the adoption of the new legislation, which brings along the amendment of numerous existing laws, we will be in a better position to pursue our fight to curb the novel coronavirus and set the pace to combat any eventual disease that may hit us in the future. The House and the population at large will recall that since the 3rd of February 2020, government imposed a ban on the importation of live animal and fish from China. This ban was extended to Italy, Iran, South Korea, as from the 3rd of March 2020, and subsequently to Switzerland, Réunion Island, and all European countries as from the 16th of March 2020. It was envisaged to further extend the ban to other countries, but in the meantime, numerous countries had already started to close their borders. At that point in time, Mr. Speaker, sir, the crisis faced by many countries had already started having a psychological impact on the Mauritian population, giving rise, for example, to panic buying in our local shops and supermarkets. As responsible government, it was our duty to ensure that there was enough stock of basic commodities to face any eventual situation that would strike us. On the 15th of March last, together with members of the press, I personally visited a series of supermarkets, local distributors, warehouses, and the State Trading Corporation warehouse. The observations were clear. The stock was there. In parallel, I made sure that there would be no risk that these essential products would be out of stock. But still today, some members of the opposition are trying to make people believe that there are shortage. In the same vein, I call upon distributors and traders to avoid creating artificial shortage that would lead to an increase of prices. I'd also had several meetings with petroleum products distributors to ensure that we had sufficient stock of mogas, gas oil, and LPG. Mr. Speaker, sir, the population would recall that shops, supermarkets, and hypermarkets, among others, were still allowed to trade when the confinement was announced. Unfortunately, government had to take the hard decision of imposing a sanitary curfew and the closure of all the trade premises. But it is a fact that we could not allow the population to starve. Government had to fight to find the right formula that would enable each and every citizen of this country to have access to basic commodities without creating a situation that would favor the spreading of the COVID-19 virus and hence jeopardizing public health. Together with the Mauritius Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we spent hours and days working out every possible scenarios. As a start, government came with the preparation and distribution of some 44,000 food packs to vulnerable families on the SRM of Mauritius. I'm glad that following meetings with my colleagues ministers and myself had with the MCCI, various supermarkets and distributors acted very quickly for the preparation of these social food packs. With the same spirit, we worked out on online order and delivery system for the rest of the population. I must say that despite some minor issues during the teething period, this system has worked very well, and today more and more people are opting for online shopping. Nevertheless, Mr. Speaker, sir, it was imperative to put in place a system that would enable consumers to have access to a wider range of basic products. We therefore studied the different options for the reopening of shops, self-services, supermarkets, and hypermarkets. We came to the conclusion that the access to these premises by alphabetical order would be the best option. Today, Mr. Speaker, sir, the alphabetical order system is proving to be the right one to avoid crowds in public places. It is worth mentioning that this formula is now being included in the law, and this same system will guide the reopening of bakeries, hardware shops, and among others. Mr. Speaker, sir, unfortunately, it was imperative for government to come up with new measures, among others, to better protect the consumers. In these difficult times, traders should not think that they can cheat on consumers without bearing the consequences. Almost immediately after the confinement and subsequently the sanitary curfew, my ministry was informed of numerous cases of shops, supermarkets, and even pharmacies that were taking advantage of the difficult situation to impose exaggerated prices on consumers. This state of things could not be tolerated. My officers have therefore been requested to intensify their actions across the island so as to send a strong signal to those traders who are acting in a highly deplorable and anti-patriotic manner. In parallel, Mr. Speaker, sir, the Ministry of Commerce and Consumer Protection has come forward with a series of measures. The Consumer Protection Price and Supplies Control Act 1998 and the Consumer Protection Consumer Goods Maximum Markup Regulation 1998 have been amended with effects as from the 20th of March 2020 to control the price on face masks, hand sanitizers, and respirators. The Consumer Protection Price and Supplies Control Act 1998 have been amended with effect as from the 23rd of March 2020 to fix the retail price of onions and potatoes to 40 rupees a kg. My ministry also came up with a regulation to allow a maximum markup of 15% on adult diapers, baby diapers, basmati rice, breakfast cereals, butter and spread, long grain rice, margarine, pasta, processed cheese, pulses, sanitary pads, and sanitary towels. Mr. Speaker, sir, since the establishment of the confinement and the sanitary curfew to date, more than 2,605 traders have been booked. These contraventions relate to the non-affixing of price labels on shelves, prices higher than prescribed, and trading without business registration. It is sad to say that in order to deal with the irresponsibility of some traders, we have had to send officers on the field when government is requesting everyone to stay safe at home. Au lieu de contenir le virus, nous avons dû dépêcher des officiers pour contenir les prix. My officers' visits to trade premises are ongoing, and here I would like to stress that number of contraventions established on a daily basis are on the decreasing trend. But on the other side, Mr. Speaker, sir, it seems that some traders still have not decided to get rid of their abusive practices. Officers of the Consumer Affairs Unit of my ministry, together with inspectors from the local authorities and police officers, have come across many regular offenders. I see this opportunity to express my deepest appreciation and thanks to these officers and to all those frontliners for their dedication during these hard times. Based on the behavior of these traders, it appears that the actual penalties are not real deterrents for them. The population will appreciate that. In view to better protect consumers, government through the COVID-19 bill is toughening the law against those traders who believe that they can do whatever they want in all impunity. The Consumer Protection, Price and Supply Control Act is therefore being amended to provide for tougher penalties. The aim behind the amendments brought to this legislation is not to penalize traders. Loin de l'idée d'embarrasser les commerçants, cependant, nous ne pouvons fermer les yeux sur les cas d'abus flagrants. Les commerçants irresponsables doivent subir les conséquences de leurs actes. Ils doivent se mettre en tête que leurs abus ne dureront pas quand ils risquent d'avoir la désagréable surprise de voir leur permis être suspendu ou même révoqué. Mr. Speaker, sir, for weeks now, government has been warning traders who do not respect the law, and now these warnings are being translated in action. Once enacted, the amended Consumer Protection Price Supply Control Act will provide fixed penalty notice, which will be issued by an authorized officer or police officer who detects the offense. From the moment the fixed penalty is served upon the trader, the latter will have to pay the fine within a period of 21 days, failing which criminal proceedings will be instituted against him. Under such circumstances, the offender will be liable, on conviction, to pay a fine that shall not be less than the fixed penalty in respect of the offense committed. In the event that the trader refuses the fixed penalty, the case will be reported with a view to proceedings be taken against him before a court. Moreover, in respect of the commission of the offense specified in the 5th schedule, an offender's trade license may be suspended for a period not exceeding 1 month. Mr. Speaker, sir, based on the positive situation resulting from the measures taken by the government to prevent the propagation of the novel coronavirus, it has been decided to allow for a smooth and controlled resumption of economic activities. Being given that many of our compatriots are being called upon to resume work, the decision has been taken to allow supermarkets to remain open until 8 p.m., so that these workers can do their shopping for basic commodities after their working hours and according to the alphabetical order system already in place. The novel coronavirus outbreak has been devastating effects on many sectors of our economy. In the face of such a disaster, government has put in place several support mechanisms to help enterprises, namely the Wage Assistance Scheme and the Self-Employed Assistance Scheme. It is no secret that the local trade commercial sector has been greatly affected. All through the confinement and sanitary curfew period, my ministry has received numerous requests and proposals from various quarters, namely Small Traders Association and Retail Association, amongst others. I met the representatives of retail associations who shared their concern about the actual difficult situation and the after effects. One of their main concerns was that they were not operating, but nevertheless had to pay for the rent for their trading premises and other bills. For the COVID-19 bill, Mr. Speaker, sir, this government is giving some relief to these workers. Section 3 of the Landlord-Tenant Act is being amended, specifying that notwithstanding subsection 1, the court shall not make an order under section 16 where rent is not being paid by for the month of March, April, May, June, July, August, and such other subsequent months as may be prescribed, provided that the rent for these months is fully paid in installment by 31st of December 2021, and such other date as may be described. In the same vein, following amendments brought to the Central Electricity Board Act and the Central Water Authority Act, retailers and traders, as the rest of the population, will appreciate no surcharge shall be imposed and the utility supply shall not be disconnected, provided that the bill, including the license fee, in the case of the CB, is paid not later than such period as may be prescribed. Mr. Speaker, sir, sooner or later, we'll all have to get back to our habitual habits. But following the introduction and adoption of the COVID-19 bill, these activities will have to be carried out under strict conditions. Face masks, hand sanitizers, social distancing will be an integral part of our daily life. This will be the only way to avoid resurgence of the novel coronavirus in our country. Mr. Speaker, sir, some people may find that the new law and regulations are hard, but many also are talking about dictatorship. But I can assure the population this is absolutely not the case. We are here to protect our citizens. In fact, the measures proposed are proportionate to the risk factor. Let me also add that the sanitary and medical measures being implemented in Mauritius are perfectly in line with the recommendation of the World Health Organization. Other countries such as France, United Kingdom, Poland, and South Africa, among others, are introducing regulations for accrued price control and a better protection of consumers. These countries, like many others, are also taking sanitary measures and enacting new laws to fight COVID-19 and prevent its propagation. This will give rise to a new economic order to which the Republic of Mauritius will have to adapt. Mr. Speaker, sir, our main concern is the health of our population. I'm sure that no one would like to get infected, knowing the disastrous effect that this would have on one's health, the family, the community, and the whole country. Without sacrifice and patriotism, we will expose ourselves and our country to this deadly virus. Let us together do what should be done to overcome this situation and hope for a brighter future. Aujourd'hui, nous n'avons aucun cas actif de COVID-19 à Maurice, et c'est un signe encourageant. Cependant, la fin du couvre-feu ne veut pas dire que chacun pourra faire ce qu'il veut. Le virus peut être n'importe où, car il est invisible. N'oublions pas qu'une personne porteuse du virus peut être asymptomatique et contaminer plusieurs personnes autour d'elle. Le souhait, c'est que chacun de nous fasse sa part des choses, et c'est le pays qui en sortira grandi. Dans les moments des grandes calamités, des moments comme celui-ci, que ce soit pour la peste, que ce soit pour la grippe espagnole, que ce soit pour les guerres ou de l'Ebola, il appartient aux politiques de trouver la solution. Notre rôle en tant que responsable politique n'est pas de garantir à tout prix les bonheurs privés, mais surtout d'enrayer les grands malheurs publics. Merci, Monsieur le Président.